And hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new start, brand new look, brand new changes. There's going to be some small changes and some major changes throughout this The Reigning Rock podcast. So do like, subscribe, share, smash that bell to your notifications. Tell your friends, tell your wrestling fans right now. Tell them all. They will love you for it. Send them this link. Send them this live. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. But let me bring in. I'm never alone, and I say never alone. So let me bring in my first guest. He is, of course, not the final boss, but he is the big boss man, Burrell. He is Alex.
Woo, woo, woo. What it do?
And how are you tonight, Alex?
Can't complain, man. Happy New Year to all the viewers out there.
And my other guest here is the money man himself, the man of wealth, the man with the cash, the man with the moolah. He is, you already know him, he is Mr. Moneybags, Marcus.
Money time. You know it's money time. We know it's money time. Yeah. Ching ching. Bling bling is always Ted over here. Too sweet to all the people out there. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Reiging Rock podcast.
That is right. A big thank you for that. And how are you, Marcus? I believe you've got snow over there, haven't you? We've got snow here, horrendous weather, but
it snowed yesterday. It's supposed to snow tomorrow morning. I'm off from work. Blessings on blessings. Amazing stuff.
That is right. And I've actually forgot to introduce myself. How did I forget that? I am, of course, the excellence himself, Ricky Goldman. How did I forget to introduce myself? I'm forgetting my own script here. But let the new changes begin. So, as we will start with, as always, of course, this right here. That is right. What time is it for, Marcus?
It's time to see what's cooking at the table.
That is right. And the small change for this will be not only what we've been up to, but what we're going to be up to in the next week or so. So what we've got coming up. So that is a small change there. I've really not been up to much. The gym and the same next week. And there we are. So yeah, Alex, what have you been up to and what have you got coming up? I believe it's your son's birthday next week. So yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, birthday. Turn 12 next week, so I'm trying to do a couple of things for him. I was going to take him to the Monster Truck show, but he said, I don't like Monster Trucks. I'm like, okay, that's out. So I got to come up with something else.
How old will your son be?
12.
And what have you been up? What have you been up to? You were here for the Christmas show before New Year. So did you have a good New Year? What have you got? Any big plans for 2025?
Yeah, man, try to travel a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Try to enjoy life a little bit, spend time with family, things like that, just enjoy life, man, because life's short. You never know what's going to happen the next day. So if you want to do something, go do it, man. Enjoy life.
Certainly, last year just flew by. I know I would half recommend you come to the UK, but if you don't like bad weather, then don't. But it's a nice place. It's especially London, lots of nice places to see. So, yeah. The money man himself, Marcus, what have you been up to and what have you got coming up?
Listen, I've just been in the house playing NCAA, been going to the gym, and just chilling overall. I was getting prepared for work, and I'm going to revamp how I do my health my phys ed classes. I was really excited about that, and then I heard that I ain't even got to do that tomorrow. So that's, like I said, blessings on blessings, man. For 2025, I mean, I traveled. I traveled once in 2024 to Atlanta for something. So, 2025, I'm hoping to travel international for the first time. Maybe take another trip to California. Maybe go to Florida or Arkansas. Somewhere. And just as a big boss man right here just said, just enjoy life, because you never know
Right.
things that can happen going forward. So just gotta live life to the fullest, gotta enjoy it, gotta tell people your real thoughts and feelings, even if it's gonna hurt them. Just gotta do what you gotta do.
True.
Yeah, I suppose. If it's going to hurt them too much,
Man,
then
it's
maybe
the
not.
bottom line, because Ted said so.
So you say you're going to travel internationally, so kind of where have you got your eye set on? England or somewhere else?
Quebec, Montreal, maybe Mexico, maybe Punta Cana, maybe London. Once again, that's a maybe, but definitely maybe London, Montreal, or Quebec.
Do you prefer the warm weather or cold weather?
I prefer it being in between. I like the fall.
Yeah.
I like the spring. Summer's cool. I like summer. Winter can eat it.
Yeah, I don't like it extreme cold, and I don't like it extremely hot. So I'm probably a bit like you in between. But
Yeah.
I'm a typical English person, English man, that if it's too hot, it's too hot. We'll complain where it's too hot, and I will complain it's too cold. We're never happy. Bit
Y'all
like
never
wrestling fans, I'm never happy. But let's roll into the next segment here. Again, a little bit of a small change to it. And let's grab our popcorn. Let's fire up the silver screen because it is time for this. That is right, movie talk. And the small change for this will be what movies we're there. What movies we're looking forward to this month. So it is, I've made a list. I'm not going to say them all now. I'm going to save them for other shows, but I'm going to say 2 films and movies I'm looking forward to, and any movies that we might be going to the cinema to see, let me know. So the movies I have watched, Sonic 3, good movie, but I think they should stop there. Don't make it, if they make a plan on making a 4th, don't. And Paddington in Peru, again, decent movie, but I wouldn't make another one. We'll get to the film movies I'm looking forward to this month, 2 of them. But Alex, have you seen any movies lately? And are you looking forward to any movies coming out this month?
Well, just recently, I caught Carry On Netflix, man. Good movie. Great movie, man. Great movie. From beginning to the
Good, isn't it?
end, non-stop, man. I loved it. I loved it.
And have you got your eyes on any movies, maybe at the cinema or on Netflix coming out?
I got to go back and check what's coming out this month, actually, because I'm not sure what's all coming out this month.
Well, 2 films that are coming out, and I'm looking forward to Megan 2.0. I don't know if that was. I think the first one was on Netflix. I don't know. I watched it on Netflix, whether it came out in the cinema, I don't know. But the first one's a very good film, I thought. Second one, I'm looking forward to. And I don't know if it's an actual movie, but apparently Michael Jackson, making a movie about Michael Jackson, the greatest singer of all time, the king of pop, the legend, the icon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan.
I didn't know about that one. I didn't know about that.
Well, I don't know if it's an actual movie. I've just looked at movies coming out in January and it said that. I've not really looked at it much further than that, but it's.
I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do my research. I
Well,
gotta see what
nowadays they call things, if it's just over an hour long, it's a movie. It isn't really, it's an extended documentary. But yes, I'm looking forward to that. Alex, are you a big Michael Jackson fan?
Yes.
Did you like him back in the day?
Since I was a kid, yes.
The king of pop, the legend, the icon, the man himself.
Oh yeah.
So, Marcus, 3 questions here. Okay, I'll start with: Are you a big Michael Jackson fan?
I like Mike Jack. I like his music.
Will you be watching the movie again? The only bit I've seen is
documentary. The word is documentary.
it might be an
that's
actual
what it is.
movie. It's called Michael, and it's obviously about Michael Jackson, but it might be an actual movie about his life. I don't know.
That's what documentaries are. But all right.
Okay, was somebody playing being hit in the movie?
Michael Jackson. Okay, all right.
Like,
Now that's a movie. Okay, now we
I don't
talking
even
movie.
think. I don't even seen Rocket Man. That's about Elton John and Bohemian Rhapsody. Long movie, but it's also about Queen. I don't even seen those. That it might be similar to those. I don't know.
Okay.
Have you seen any movies lately, Marcus? I know you're looking forward to when they're coming out.
No and no. Listen, this is NFL. This is NFL playoff time. This is college football playoff time. This is NBA time. It's sports season. It's sports season over in this mug.
Didn't they have sports Boxing Day? I believe.
What?
I only watch wrestling, so I don't know. But
Boxing Day is that's not the purpose of Boxing
Day. Didn't they have like NBA, not NBA, but they had something. They had
the NBA
there was a lot of sports.
The NBA had games on Christmas, and the NFL had games on Christmas.
Okay, maybe that's what I meant then. Fair enough.
Okay. Woo, sir.
Did you watch it on Christmas, or did you spend just a day with family?
Both. You can do both. Oh my God.
Yeah. You can do both, but isn't Christmas meant to be all about the day, about spending it with family? But yeah, you can do both.
I'm gonna put it like this: you can give people a time frame. You can hang out with them for a bit and be like, "All right, well, see you later. I'm about to go back home and do my thing."
See you later. I'm just gonna go and watch. There was an NXT on Christmas Eve. There wasn't on Christmas Day, obviously, but I'm just gonna go and watch NXT.
I didn't say I was.
Not that it was worth watching, but yeah.
Listen, I run and go. Listen, I do my thing, hang out with the family. Then I'm like, hey, I catch you on the flip side. I'm gonna go home and open up these gifts and eat food and drink a beer or whatever.
Do you do the same then, Alex? Or I mean, you got 6 children. I mean, didn't you say 6 children?
He's a family man. Of course, he
I'm a family guy, man. I'm all about family, man. When we together, we gonna do what's up.
This is the Black Peter Griffin right here. He's a family guy.
So, Alex, your children are called Stuart, Meg, and Chris. What do you call Chris?
You throw a little bar system in there too.
You have a dog called Brian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let's play an ad here. Again, more changes come in, so let me just play it. 1 out of 2. Totally. Oh, what have I done there? I was meant to play. Oh, dear. Here's me fucking around. Okay, I'll just play the ad and yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, so a new ad coming on your way right about now. That is right. Head to Protein Tees Goldman's. It's in the description. Description looks all brand new. Again, this is a complete, well, not a complete overhaul, but near enough. So let's hook up to Marcus has got his title. Let's try and beat him for it because it is time for this right here. That is right. Wrestling Roundup. Another new change. No longer I will look at Collision. If it's anything interesting happens on it, I will go through it. Otherwise, it is just Dynamite that I'm going to be going over for the other company. I'll take a look at the Collision.
Hold up. Let's freeze. Put some respect on the AEW name. You better do that. You better do that.
If I will look weekly at the Collision results. If I think, okay, that was interesting, I will talk about it.
Don't call them the other company though. Don't call $1 billion company the other company.
It was this week. It was just like 6 random matches and just okay.
But calling them the other company when
Right,
they didn't
okay.
do nothing to you is wild.
Right, so let's get to the first Dynamite. The Fight for the Fallen was just another name for Dynamite. The first one of the year. So we had Adam Adam Page went over Orange Cassidy. So Adam Page is now back to being he was face at World's End and now he's heel again. Just like that. Just like that, because he didn't heel it up at World's End. He was more of a face, and now he's beating Orange Cassidy, and now he's heel. Right, okay. This is why no one watches. If I don't get it, and I've been watching wrestling for going on 25 years, 24 years, you casual fans have no idea. Anyway, the Hurt Syndicate, of course, Marcus, you're a big fan of. They went over the Acclaimed. So any thoughts on that? Any thoughts of the Acclaimed losing to the Hurt Syndicate?
So I actually watched that match because they hurt people. And I listen. One of the best theme songs that I've heard from a wrestling faction. If you don't like the Hurt Syndicate's theme, I'm gonna need you to listen to it about 5 more times to figure out your life. During the match, I forgot the name, not Max Caster, but his tag team partner,
Anthony Bowens.
Bowens walked out on Caster. He walked out on him. I think Caster was saying some stuff like he ain't need him or nothing like that. So Bobby and Shelton went to work, and he put him in that hurt lock and made him tap out because they hurt people.
So
somebody gets to die.
Well, so the Acclaim that are super over, super over for their audience. If I went to any random person and said the Acclaim, they'd look at me like I was speaking Spanish. But the Acclaimed are over for their audience, so now they're splitting them up.
I don't think they're splitting them up. I think right now they're just going through some hard times due to the fact that Max Caster is a little bit over himself. Meanwhile, Bowen is he's a humble guy. So that's the problem that we're having right now.
I think they teased a heel turn a few months ago, or it might have been last year. I'm not 200% sure, but people thought they were turning then and they didn't. So not heel turns, but a split. They've been heel, so a split. It was teasing a split, and I think they actually won the titles. And it was like, oh, okay, that split's not happening then.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the Hurt Syndicate, they're very over. They're very over. I mean, people are singing the song.
Is their theme better than the WWE one? The WWE one was good, I thought. It was mainly the Bobby Lashley theme, but
absolutely. They got Westside Gunn rapping the song. Well, he's singing the chorus and MVP's rapping the song.
Okay. I don't know that. I know MVP is Westside, whoever.
Westside Gunn, he's a big wrestling fan. He actually he did a show. He promoted a show yesterday on YouTube. Heels something about heels. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
The TV show Heels, possibly.
No. Hold on, let me see. Let me find Westside Gunn.
But we'll finish my thought there of
heels have eyes. Number 3. It's a whole ass wrestling show.
If it's an indie show, then no more power to him. I do like.
It's an indie show that he promoted and produced.
As I've said to both you and Alex many times, and anyone and the audience watching, if you can get yourself to a local indie show, get there. They're usually cheap. You can usually sit on the front row. The action is right there, and you might see the upcoming WWE there. Like such a few names: Tony Storm. Okay, well, you just use Tony Storm for now. She did the UK scene, and she's now in AEW. So, but I just wanted to go through my thought there. The show heels. I think CM Punk is in it, and I think I've seen one episode, and it was like, okay, that was good. Couldn't watch the rest because I know where to watch it. I think it was one episode on YouTube, and I thought, okay, that was cool. Where do I watch the rest? Oh no, I can't. Alex, you've been quiet there. Are you a fan of the Hurt Syndicate or no?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. I love them whenever the Hurt Business and WWE.
He froze.
Oh, he's turned into Stone Cold. He turned into Stone Cold. Sorry. What were you saying? You love the Hurt Business and what else? Sorry, not the Hurt Business. Hurt Syndicate. Sorry.
Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate. I'm along for the ride, man. I'm trying to. I need them to be great, man. I need them with titles. I need them to be up there, man. Right up there with the Death Riders.
Yes.
Oh, the current champions are Private Party, so I can't see the Hurt Syndicate beat them anytime soon. Private Party just won them a couple of months ago. You wouldn't think they would, did, because you wouldn't think they just won the titles because they weren't at. Well, they were at World's End. They were backstage watching a match. They weren't on the card. Anyway, let's move on quickly. Jamie Hayter, I know you're a big fan of her. Marcus lost to Julia Hart. That I don't think we can get a win on when Rampage was a thing, not anymore. But we don't think Julia Hart even could get a win on Rampage, and now she's beating Jamie Hayter. She should be winning and going for who's the champion? Oh yeah, Mariah May. So why is Jimmy Hayter not winning and going for the title? AEW booking is the worst. But anyway, your thoughts on that, Marcus? Jimmy Hayter taking the loss to Julia Hart.
Don't worry about her. She's gonna get her win back. Then she's gonna face Mariah May. Don't worry about
it. Maybe. Probably, we'll see. I bet they do it a year later in All In. I bet they keep the title on Mariah May for a year. We'll see. Anything to add there, Alex, about Jimmy Hayter getting beaten by Julia Hart?
I kind of like those during that match. I'm like, I'm not a AEW women division need to do a little bit better to get my attention. It's like, I ain't really nobody to cheer for probably Mercedes Money, but other than that, nobody else is really like,
Tony Storm, I think, is good, and I like the gimmick they're doing at the moment. That she's got amnesia, and they're pretending that she's somebody else, not somebody else, but like these people that she'd met before are reintroducing themselves. And yes, Mercedes May, Sasha Banks. I think she had better matches in AEW. Yeah, I'll say yeah. Swerve Strickland won a triple threat match against Jay White and Roderick Strong, and then you had the heel turn of Ricochet turning on Swerve Strickland. So they're probably going to have a match.
Well, hold up.
Do they build it till Revolution? That's 2 months away. It's March.
Could be.
Now let's see how good. Now
I can feel your hate, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Now that Ricochet being held back, because a lot of people are saying, he's held back in WWE. That's why he couldn't go promos. Let's see how good he is on the microphone. Now he's not being held back. But your thoughts on that, Alex? The heel turn of Ricochet, and do you think it's going to go well?
Hey, they kind of caught me by surprise, man. Like, my boy came out with a pair of scissors.
So he's debuted in August, September,
Okay.
October, November,
I'm
December.
intrigued.
And he's already heel. He's heel because
my boy had
they've
all the
got
glasses on, the blended shirt.
I do have the comment to read out, but quickly, they're turning him heel because they have no plan for him. Anyway, Hassan Terrell, hi there, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for the comment. Continue to comment, like and subscribe. Marcus, so your thoughts on the heel turn of the great Ricochet?
So I'm gonna need you to stop hating on my man Ricochet because he could do things in the ring that you could wish. That's one. That's one.
I'm hating on the booking. It's not the man. I've met Ricochet.
That's one. That's one. Number two, this came out of nowhere. Like Alex said, this was amazing. This was dope. He had the gold pair of scissors, and he said, "Fire!" Right to Strickland's head. Now, mind you, let's keep it real. Let's keep it fancy real quick. Ricochet wasn't really a baby face. He just do cruiserweight moves that pops the crowd. That don't mean he was he never really had an allegiance of if he's babyface or not. Remember, he had took MVP's card and he thought he was going to be hanging out with the Hurt Syndicate. Right. MVP told him the one thing that we don't mess with is a kiss ass. We not with that. Don't be up all up under us like that. So I think what this is, Ricky, is that this is long-term booking. If a couple weeks ago, him and Swerve had a little backstage segment. Swerve ended up making some jokes. He's like, so you think you're gonna hang out with them all of a sudden? You think they're gonna want to hang out with your bald head ass? Nah, that's not how that's not how it's gonna work out. It's long-term booking because of what I think is gonna end up happening is that Ricochet, he's gonna keep building rapport, getting his heel thing going, especially against Swerve. And the Hurt Syndicate gonna be like, come on, come hang out with us now. Now you can come hang out because you're not trying to kiss our ass. Now come hang out with us because we hurt people. You can come hurt people with us too.
I wouldn't have Swerve lose. I do like Swerve. I thought he made a good champion, and I think he's really good on the microphone. So let's say that match is at Revolution. Triple H won't be able to thrown away on random Dynamite probably next week. But let's say they do whenever they do it. I would do it at Revolution, or maybe
Why did you look at it as a throwaway?
Stick it on pay-per-view. Or they might even do it at the Australia show, which is next month, 18th. I don't know. But
I'm going to tell you why I don't think of it as a throwaway. I don't think of it as a throwaway because you'll have more people having eyes on it if it's on Dynamite versus if it's on pay-per-view. Plus, there's a thing called a series of matches. You don't have to be one and done with a match with a person, especially if you feud them with them. Y'all can keep going back and forth, and at the pay-per-view, they can add a stipulation to the match.
Yeah,
that's usually
okay. So you could do it. So yeah, you could do a match on Dynamite, a match at the Australia show, and then the third match at Revolution, I suppose. But your next match on Dynamite was Powerhouse Hobbs defeating John Cruz and Rob Kilroy. So let's just move on to the main event, which was rated FTR. Sorry, they just new name. Corp. Watch out, people! Here comes Corp. The Undertaker. Kane. Well, Kane is not really a scary name, but the character made up for it. The Boogeyman. Who else? I can't think. The Rock. It's not a scary name, but he's The Rock. Forget that. It's Cope. Here he comes. Ooh. Anyway, rated FTR. All the Death Riders. Okay. Oh, so okay. What I see happening is Edge beat Edge. I'm going to call him Edge. He's going to beat John Moxley for the title, and Christian cashes in on Edge. That's good storytelling, but this is AEW. They probably won't do that. He'll probably have Moxley retain. My new rating system is, as I said this earlier on the last year, and I'll say it again, from jobber to main event. So jobber, opening match, mid-card, main event. I'll give this an opening match rating. Alex, your thoughts of Cope? So rated RKO, I think they said rated RKO, rated FTR over Death Riders, and do you see Edge going on to win the title, Christian cashing in?
I mean, first off, I'm not a fan of the name change. I'm dying right now. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of Edge, but his whole career, period. It's just the name change. Like, why you just Copeland would have been better just as a Copeland or AC Adam Cope or something. I don't know, but hey, but yeah, I'm feeling rated FTR. I'm pretty sure they can win the trio title at some point. And I don't know when Christian gonna cash in on his contract. If Edge wins, maybe then. But you know, does he has a year or what? Like how long he got to cash in? I don't know. But yeah,
I don't think he was even explained. I don't think it's like Money in the Bank. They've got a year, but I don't think he was explained either. Christian won All In. It was like, okay, that's it, and they've not said anything since. So I don't know if he got a year. I presume he's got a year. I presume they'll do it again this year at All In, but I don't know. So. But I think they wanted to change it to Corp, which is as close to Wedge as it can get. So they can't call him Edge. WB have trademarked that. But it is stupid. It's just like, here comes Corp. Like, that means like fear into my heart. I don't know about anybody else, but no. Hey. Let's just quickly move on, and let's get done with AEW. Get Mark of the Stars, and we can move on straight on to WWE, the final Raw of the year. No, final. It was
final Raw on USA, but it was the final.
And you know what I meant. So, Marcus, your thoughts on rated FTR, not rated RKO, rated FTR winning, and the whole name change, and does Edge go on to beat Moxley?
I'm not calling him that shit. I've refused to keep called him rated FTR. It sounds. Oh my god, it's not good. Here comes Cope. That it don't sound like a good wrestling name. It's so dry. It's literally like a dry sandwich. Like you can't make this any more spectacular. But like you gotta dazzle it up. I don't understand. Like calling him Adam Copeland was cool. Cope is just dry. That is so bad. So I hate the name change. Cool for them going over to Death Riders. I don't understand how their little cash-in thing system works. So I'm gonna just wait to see if it happens or not, versus like trying to predict it, because I gotta do better with trying to watch AEW and trying to figure out all their little niches and stuff. Because like I said, I haven't watched AEW consistently since 2021, so I need to get back on that.
I think if you sat there and was like, why are they doing this? This makes no sense. So this person just turned heel again. This person's turned face. This tag team splitting up. What's going on with the cash-in thing? That's why people don't watch, because it's just confusing, or it doesn't make sense, or it's Tony Khan just seems to do all he can to push his audience away. It's not bring the people in. It's just, what can he do to push them away? Anyway, your rating for Dynamite. So from jobber to main event.
I give it a mid card.
I'm also giving it mid card.
Okay, I like Edge, and I like that he won and he's in the title picture, but just the name. Anyway, let's move on to WWE Raw. It was the first Raw of the year, was it? No, of course, yes, the first. No, it was the last Raw of 2024 because the first one is on Netflix. Oh yeah, so right, and it was the last ever one on USA Network. The last ever one is going to be 2 hours, and I recommend those that haven't got Netflix get it for a month free. Just for the movies alone, I think it's worth it. I think a lot of people will get it free for a month and then be like, click, turn off. I don't think Raw is going to be total must. I'm going to call it. I know it won't be on TV. I'm just going to call it TV. I think the first one will be good. Second one, good, and then let's go back to what they were. But we had the New Day kicking off Monday Night Raw, getting absolute heat from the crowd. Then Jey Uso really milking the entrance, coming out, taking his sweet time, cut a promo, basically saying New Day sucks and get the crowd to chant it. Drew McIntyre takes out Jey. I know you got for the first Raw on Netflix, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre. Okay, good match made, I suppose. Marcus, your thoughts on the opening?
Yeet. So I like the opening. You know, the New Day came out. They're getting more heat than Dom Mysterio does.
Oh yeah,
which is great. You know, Jay came out, totally outshined them, and he let them know, like, yo, what y'all did with E, not cool. No one wants to mess with y'all no more. Get out of here. And they left, and he continued on with the stuff with Drew McIntyre, and you know, the match was created. Good stuff. Good way of starting off Raw. The last Raw in the USA era.
All right, now we'll do quick predictions here. I'll say Drew wins. Like I've said, for me, he wins all the way to winning the title and beating Cody for it. Just win after win after win after win. Don't stick him in the Rumble. He's not winning it. I think. Early predictions here. I think Cena wins the Rumble. So Drew's not winning it. Should he be in? To give him a match against? Why not Jay again? Whoever. He wins. He match it. Dimension Chamber wins. Mania wins. Just win until he takes the title. But Marcus, do you think that Drew's winning tomorrow night on Raw?
And I mean this with the utmost disrespect to Netflix and Raw. Raw.
Okay. Same question to you, Alex, and your thoughts of the opening.
the opener was fire. Like the New Day heat, I love it. I'm gonna turn to see how it's gonna move on forward. But yeah, the New Day heat is something serious, way worse than that Dominic Mysterio heat. I'm talking about not a word. We ain't gonna say nothing. But I'm with you according with Drew booking. I think Drew shouldn't lose a match no time soon. I think he should just W. He shouldn't get to lose a match no time soon. Build him back up, put him contention for the title. Maybe he beats Cody or Gunther or whoever they put him across the ring from. So, yeah.
For me, Drew, outside of... So, speaking of Gunther, he wasn't even on this show. The last Raw of the year. He wasn't even... I might have done a backstage segment or something, but that was it. So he was on it, but... Oh. But Gunther and Drew are the only two legitimate heels. The rest are like... You've got Owens, but... Yeah. Chad Gable tapping out Otis. So... Gable picking up the wins, and that's probably what I've penned to debut against. And I would give Gable tomorrow night, cut a promo, and out comes Penta and destroys him rather than what they're probably going to do, and sticking with it. We're sticking with LWO. Okay, Rey Mysterio is a legend and a Hall of Famer, but and you had Pete Dunne destroy R-Truth, meant to be a match. The match didn't take place. Alex, your thoughts on Gable tapping out Otis and Pete Dunne taking out R-Truth?
Well, that little rivalry should have ended months ago with Otis and Chad Gable. It should have been done with months ago. But hey, it is what it is. So we time for them to move forward. Trying to give them start a clean slate. And I want to see them boys turn up, man. The Creed brothers, they need to let them loose in the tag team division. Like I can see them having a good banger with War Raiders, man. I want to see that. I want to see them turn up just a little bit more than what they're doing. And as far as Pete Dunne, man, pit this man in the Intercontinental title division. Man, R-Truth cool, man. Come on, man. Y'all play with Pete Dunne. Put in a little random feud with R-Truth, bro. Pete Dunne need to be competing for a title, man. For real.
And would you stick with what you're probably going to do? Penta with LWR?
Nope, don't do that. Please don't do that. I mean, a little alliance maybe between him and Ray, but don't put him in the LWO. Please don't. That man need to come to dominate. Matter of fact, he don't need to be on Raw. He need to be on SmackDown. In my honest opinion.
Either or. He could go to NXT for NXT. I'm not downplaying NXT. Wherever he goes, I presume it's Raw because that's where the promos have been. Yes, Ray's a legend, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time, the greatest high flyer of all time. But no, LWO won a match as a cohesive unit, faction, whatever, for months and months. Marcus, your thoughts on Otis tapping out to Gable, the R-Truth, Pete Dunne stuff, and would you stick Penta with LWO or Rey Mysterio?
I was sad when Otis tapped out. First of all, that match was very entertaining. I liked it. It was cool. It had some of that emotional draw to it because, for the longest time, like my man said, they should have killed it off. They should have been done this, but there's always some things in the middle, the Wyatt Six stuff, and Chad just trying to build up the, American made. So it was a great match, though. I think it was a really good match. It was entertaining. It had all the elements that you want with a mid-card match like that. It's time for Chad to start chasing some gold, though. Let's be real. Chad, just like he said with the Creed brothers, Chad need to also be chasing gold too. Ivy now, same thing. Let them all chase some gold, right? So then they could be a replica, a successful replica of Team Angle, because that's the angle that they have. No pun intended. About Penta needs to not be with the LWO. Like Alex said, an alliance is cool, but being with them is not a thing. He needs to build his own brand. But the reason why I feel like he might be with them is because he barely speaks English.
I've seen him do. I don't go out seeking out Penta interviews, but he did one with the RJ City. Is it EH? It's spelled HEW or something, but it's meant to be AEW. And he spoke quite good English there, so I don't know.
But if we're trying to get someone over in WWE, you know how it goes. You gotta speak some pretty good English, and
that's why
I'm hoping, he's with them for a little bit, but then he could get a manager. That's what he needs. He needs to come there with a manager.
Bring in Alex, whatever his second name is, the manager out in AEW. Might be a relation, but certainly a manager in AEW could bring him in.
Just somebody that can help him build his own brand instead of sticking him inside the LWO, and then it's just like another mass luchador inside the LWO. The LWO that was in WCW is way better than what this iteration is.
Certainly right about wrestlers not like by if they don't speak English. That's why Nakamura, insanely talented, but Vince held him back because he can't cut a promo. R-Truth, Pete Dunne. What did you think about that? Pete Dunne taking out R-Truth.
So, as you already know, I feel like R-Truth is a national treasure, and no one should be bothering R-Truth. Now, the whole thing of like, don't call me Butch, call me Pete Dunne. That whole thing, like, all right, I get it. I understand the whole like feud behind that, but let that be over with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what? I feel like Pete also enjoyed that feud because he got to lay back, got to laugh a little bit, got to chill. But like Alex said, like Pete, why isn't Pete done around no titles? What's up with that? What's up with that?
There's possible he's champion or bronze heel. Like if he goes to SmackDown in the transfer window, they call it. I can't see Pete Dunne being transferred to SmackDown, but if he is, Nakamura's heel, DIY heel, he could form a tag team and go after the War Raiders, but that's about it. And I know you're a big fan of R-Truth. I don't know if you caught I caught a few minutes of the interview with CVV.
With Chris Van Vliet. Yeah, I've seen parts of that interview, and if there's any young aspiring, wrestlers that's looking at this right now, please check out that interview because R-Truth lets you know a lot of stuff. And one of the things that R-Truth learned is adaptability, knowing the right timing to do things, right? Like a lot of people didn't get to see Ron the Truth Killings in TNA. Like he's a former NWA champion. No one really remembers the fact that he was a whole world champion. But he also said that he was going through depression. He was trying to still figure himself out. He was still very young at that time. And it's like, yeah, the same guy that won the 24/7 title 54 times is the same guy that won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He held the 10 pounds of gold. And when you think about R-Truth and how he still looks great to this day and how he still goes
52.
The dude's in his 50s regardless. He looks better than most people that are in their 30s. That includes myself. And he's still killing it on a high level in WWE, and he can make you laugh. Like he really covers all the bases in WWE, which is amazing.
Would you think he's been thrown out the Rumble? I took my glasses off and he went out. Is he backstage or I don't know? If he comes back, he comes back. Would you give R-Truth like just a couple months? No. He's not beating Gunther, is he?
R-Truth knows his role, right? So sometimes in wrestling, you have to know what, like you said, timing. In wrestling, you have to know what's your place in the company, right? We all know R-Truth is made to make sure people break, right? That's his role, right? He's made Damian Priest break. He's made Brock Lesnar break. He can make anybody break because everything he does
remember that. Yeah.
Like he can make anyone and everyone break character for just even a little minute, just a second, and he got you, right? I feel like someone like Sami Zayn has learned from R-Truth a little bit in that way with the whole like he's not feeling Usi thing.
Reigns, no one could hold it together. Reigns tried, and then Jimmy Jesus lost it, didn't he, in that promo?
But think about it, it's all about timing, right? If your timing not on, it's off, right? The whole thing at the Royal Rumble when they had that whole hot tag spot, that was amazing. Like, wait, is he going for a hot tag? And they did it.
Didn't he climb a ladder once?
That was in a different Rumble.
In a Rumble, he's like, where is it?
Also, the fact that he entered the women's Rumble, it was like, whoa, what are you doing here, right? But this is all about timing. Like, he's proving that you can make the money in WWE by just being a joke guy. You don't have to be taken seriously. You can be a joke guy and still make all the money. He already got the belts from before. He knows his role.
And he even got a Mania win last year, his first ever, but yeah. Mm-hmm. And he did in the CVV interview, he spoke about this 24/7 title. He had so much fun. And speaking of CVV, he kills it. He must pay WWE lots to interview these people, because obviously R-Truth is interviewed. I think Karrion Kross recently. So there's a couple of names. These people are busy, so they don't have to do these interviews. He probably
doesn't pay them. He probably asks for permission, and Triple H gives him permission. He gives the wrestlers permission.
So next up was the semi-finals. One of them in the Women's Intercontinental Tournament. Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark. The one who I think is going to go the entire way, and that was Dakota Kai. We then had, for some unknown reason, Judgment Day have now new music that totally doesn't fit them. That came out of nowhere, just ugh. But the music was so bad that they lost this one against Damian Priest and War Raiders. I'm going to say what I've said before about Damian Priest. He had more than a good 2024. So winning, he cashed in the Mania. He won Money in the Bank in 2023. But since losing the title, I don't think he's looked weak at all. He's consistently looked good. Who's that phone or something?
No, I'm just trying to listen to their song without.
Right. I thought it was someone's phone was ringing. Is that their new thing? It's awful.
It's not that it's bad. You got to give it a chance.
It's no alter bridge, is it? So.
It's not it's a rap song, so like I said, you have to give it a shot.
But the heel, they should come out to a rap. Okay, the Claim came out to a rap, or Max Caster has rap.
I'm definitely about to tell you to hold on, because you about to say something that you had no idea what you were about to say.
I was seeing a rap, but that was pulling people down. The theme wasn't a rap song. That was more to say.
The Hurt Syndicate song is a whole ass rap song.
Okay.
They're a heel faction.
Fair enough.
You can be heel and come out to rap music. I want you to understand that.
But that theme, Balor's meant to be getting a push this year. Everything matters. Everything from. Every single thing, theme, pyro, the Tron, obviously what happens in the ring, on the microphone, the whole package. That theme doesn't say to me, oh, they're going to push Balor. No, for me personally,
you ain't warmed up to it yet, man. It only came on one time.
And he's meant to be like instantly good.
No, that's not how that works.
Okay, the Undertaker, the Stone Cold, is instantly good. The Undertaker's gone. Instantly good.
People had to warm up to the glass breaking. They had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Okay, right. I'm kind of just rambling here, but Priest, like I said, has certainly had a good 2024. Since losing the title, looks strong every single week. Alex, your thoughts of Dakota Kai advancing, Priest and War Raiders winning, and the new Judgment Day theme?
I'm like this. I'm a Dakota Kai fan, so she got to win the Intercontinental title, man. That's who I'm rooting for. I've been watching Dakota Kai since NXT, so I'm looking for her to win. The win with Priest and the War Raiders. Good win. That theme, I gotta listen to it again, man. It caught me off guard, to be honest. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What happened to You Believe? What are they? I'm like, I was confused. Like, hold on, wait a minute. That's a banger, man.
I agree with you. I'll probably go back and listen to it and then think, oh, is it good?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to it, man, because it caught me. Like I said, it caught me off guard. Like, hold on, what? Wait a minute, what we going? What we doing?
It did remind me a little bit of like other tag teams or other teams that have come out to rap music and just like
I ain't got nothing against the
didn't
rap intro, rap
like
themes, but make it make
like
sense.
kind of like WCWS, like I don't know. The Misfits in action, weren't they? Weren't they like a rap
No,
group?
no, they weren't. Don't do it.
No,
Right.
Don't
no.
don't say nothing about WCW if you don't know what you're about to say.
Yeah, I've seen all the pay-per-views on, zoomed through most of them on the network when the network existed, but let's stick with Raw. Marcus, your thoughts on Kai winning and Priest and War Raiders doing the same?
The crazy thing is, I don't know much about Dakota Kai, so I'm always kind of shocked when she does do well in the ring. That's just me. I remember I didn't really watch NXT prior to last year, and so she's still kind of a mystery to me. I thought she was just a mouthpiece for Damage Control, to be honest with you. So the fact that she can go in the ring, okay, that's what's up. Damian Priest and the War Raiders getting the win. Obviously, I didn't want them to get the win because I believe in the future World Heavyweight Champion Dominic Mysterio, but it is what it is. And obviously, my thoughts about the Judgment Day's new theme is, like Alex said, that shit cut me from left field because I'm like, oh, here comes the Judgment Day, and I hear the rap. I hear the rap in the background. I'm like,
Yeah,
where is from the other
I
side?
actually thought they kind of dubbed it over because I watched. I think I watched a past Mania or something, or a past pay-per-view, and they dubbed over a song. Don't know why, but they did. It was a completely different song.
Well,
And I
this
thought
threw
they'd
me
done
off
the same with
guard.
Raw. I thought they'd done
This
the
threw
same
me
with,
off
like, just
guard
dubbed
because I
it
was just
over.
like,
Like, what's this?
because I could hear it in the background. I'm like, okay, but like, why y'all just did this from left field like that?
You feel me?
I felt like someone had left,
Yeah.
like, it was someone's ringtone, and they just took and they'd like left it on and turned it up or something. Just what? What is this?
So for those of you that got Netflix, please let me know if the Judgment Day threw that song away or if they got that song still.
I would imagine they're gonna keep
It
it.
happens sometimes. Sometimes a wrestler tries a theme for a week, it fails, and they like, oh nope, let's just go back.
In the other semi-final, Lyra Valkyria over Io Sky. Your finals are Lyra Valkyria, Dakota Kai. Not sure if that happens tomorrow or at Saturday night's main event, or even at the Rumble. Don't know. And then to close off and conclude Raw, really good ending. Seth Rollins, CM Punk just laid into each other. Apparently not scripted. Said some really personal stuff. Rollins saying about Punk, you've got no children. Punk mentioning Becky. Rollins mentioning, well, not mentioned, well, he alluded to AEW. He said you went to the competition and now you're back because it didn't work out. Punk alluding to Vince, not mentioning by name, but just saying the guy that used to run this place loved you and I hated him. So yeah, really good ending to Raw, and I think this would really help the match. Rating just below mid-card, I'll say. This was a good Raw, and then obviously they had a Raw a few months ago that was good, but yeah. Anyway, Marcus, your thoughts on Io Sky advancing and the Rollins and Punk face-off?
Wait, Io Sky advance?
Sorry, Lyra Valkyria. Sorry.
I don't like it. Listen, Lyra is like a black-haired version of Becky Lynch to me. That does that, but the only difference is she does cruiserweight moves, and I just don't be feeling her. Once again, I didn't watch NXT when she was over, so all I got from her is main roster, and I'm just like, so I need you to be like, Alba Fire and Ella Dawn and go back to NXT because you don't belong up here yet. I just need you to do that for me, please, please, and thank you. But no, I'm actually really devastated that Io Sky didn't win. I was really pissed off. I'm like, yo, why not Io? Why not? But whatever. I did not watch the promo, so yeah, I didn't watch that because I have a tendency that I wasn't in. It's weird. I'm not into their rivalry. They should have already pulled that one off. I feel like the time has passed for that. And now it's going to Netflix, so I definitely don't care. Yeah, so I'm gonna give Raw though a. What's the one above mid card?
Main events.
I'm not giving it that shit. I'm giving it a mid card. That's too far.
If you've got time and if you choose to go back and watch the Rollins and Punk thing, they just led into each other. It's just like, wow, they're actually allowed to say that. Because apparently it wasn't scripted, and they just said go out and say whatever. And yeah. Alex, your thoughts on Lyra Valkyria, not Io Sky, I got the name wrong. Lyra Valkyria advancing, and the Rollins and Punk face off, and your rating.
I like my boy just said about Lyra, man. She just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But like I said, Dakota's my pick. But congrats to Lyra. I'm surprised they let her go over Io, though. That's like me. I thought we were going to get the battle of damage control. You know what I'm saying? Io versus Dakota. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. But apparently they had other ideas, so boom. But yeah, for that promo go, my boy, you got to go watch that promo, man. I'm telling you, you gonna be like, what? That promo was straight fire, like back and forth, back and forth. He's like, they took the gloves off and just went at it, man. Like, but yeah,
I got time tomorrow, so I can do that.
yeah, do that, check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna get Rob mid card. You know what I'm saying? That promo saved it. It was the end of the promo.
Yeah, it was really kind of real life mixing with storytelling. Like Punk said, he got away from WWE so far. Like he had arrows in his back, and one of the people shooting those arrows was Rollins, and he was meant to defend him, and just like really personal stuff. Like the final NXT of. There was a New Year's Eve version, the final NXT of 2024. Bit of a filler one. Kalani Jordan defeating Law of Ice. Okay. And Ethan Page knocked off Cedric Alexander. Who was Cedric? Really hasn't done much on NXT. So, Alex, your thoughts on both of those?
I didn't catch the first matchup, but Ethan Page, I'm loving everything he's doing right now. Like Ethan Page is a straight future main roster champion, man. They need to keep pushing him, man. I'm an Ethan Page fan for sure, but I didn't catch the first match. So.
He's already won the title, so what's left? Winning the tag titles would be a step down, I think.
No, they just
it's
call
still
him
gold.
Up.
But
call him up SmackDown, Raw SmackDown. Go on, call him up.
Maybe in the Rumble, perhaps. So that's usually the time to come up, isn't it? Maybe in the Rumble. I don't know if you caught NXT, Marcus, or did you? Did you watch it?
I did. I feel like I did catch some of NXT. All right, so wait, the first match was. What was the first match again?
Kalani Jordan, Law of Ice.
I did watch some of that. I did watch some of that match. You know, I can't get into Kalani Jordan. I don't know why. You know what she reminds? She's like Jada Parker light. That's what it is. Like, oh, if Jada Parker did gymnastics and wasn't thick, Kalani Jordan is right there. Okay, great, wonderful. I mean, the reason why they had that match was weird. It was a weird reason why, but it was a good match though. They had a pretty good match. The aftermath of the match was also like, all right, okay. Ethan, like Alex said, Ethan Page is doing good stuff. I like the work that he's doing. I like the fact that he came into NXT hot, by getting the title, having his little moment of the era of ego. But then he got sent back down to earth, and he's trying to build his way back up. I do feel like eventually he's going to get to the main roster and win the United States title. You know who he reminds me of, Alex? He reminds me of Bobby Roode in a way.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk.
It reminds me of Bobby Roode. And I'm not talking about WWE or NXT Bobby Roode. I'm talking about TNA Bobby Roode.
Oh, yeah.
Beer Money Inc. I remember that tag team.
Beer Money.
Yeah, okay, Beer Money. I just added the ink part. Just okay.
So he reminds me a lot of Bobby in that way. So I feel like he's gonna get to the main roster not soon. Not soon. I feel like maybe he participates in a Royal Rumble, but for real, I think he should come up around like after SummerSlam. Keep doing your thing in NXT. Keep building. But eventually, he's gonna have to go.
What about after Mania though? How about after Mania?
That's probably a lot better of a time. Strike while the iron's hot kind of thing, versus having them down there for that long. So yeah, no, I'm for Ethan. I like the work Ethan's doing. He's going to be facing off against someone like Javon Evans soon, who's a completely different contrast from his style. And I can't wait to see their match. That's going to be a good banger. It's a banger.
Oh yeah, Javon Evans beat Wesley. I was going to say they had a match, but they haven't. Evans beat Wesley. 2 more ladies matches with Marcus's greatest women's tag team, his favorite women's tag team of all time, Unholy Union, and the Party Girls. Kind of chance. They've gone back to NXT now, have they? Fair enough. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't Unholy Union. It was Shotski and Gigi Dolan, the Party Girls, and Metaphor had taken the win. They had a really good 2024, I think. And Izzy Dame over Sol Ruka. Okay. It was a win. That was it. So your thoughts on those 2, Marcus?
So the Casey Jane over Sol Ruka, I honestly didn't watch that match. I was just like, man, whatever. The tag match, that was pretty good. I love the work that Metaphor is doing. They got like somewhat called up to SmackDown, somewhat not called up. It's like a semi call up. Like, all right, we're here for that moment we're here for the moment, but we're not really a part of the roster quite yet, kind of thing. And that's only because there's no NXT women's tag title. It got absorbed into the women's tag title, which is stupid in my opinion, but there also isn't a lot of women tag teams in NXT, so I get it. But Metaphor, they stay doing really good work. The Party Girls, they do really good work. It's just that, they're smaller in size. And they also their gimmick works better with a place like NXT. Shotzi and, what was it, GD Dolan?
Yes, that's exactly Wentz's wife. But yes, Gigi Dolan.
I said this before, I'm going to say it again. I still don't understand Gigi Dolan right now. But hopefully over time I understand her gimmick. I also don't understand Shotzi's gimmick either. And I've been seeing her for at least a year.
And she's just a ballsy badass, isn't she? And Gigi Dolan is just there.
She's just kind of weird to me, but that's just me.
And yes, in Gigi Dolan split up fatal what are they called? Mandy Rose. Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose, Lady Jane, and Gigi. Toxic Attraction with Mandy Rose.
That was before I was watching NXT.
But after that, they've just she's just been there. They've done really nothing with her. But to your final NXT main event of last year, so Wesley Tyson's opponent, Tyreek Igwe, get a win against Chase Hughes, Andre, well, no longer Chase Hughes, are they? So Andre Chase and Hank and Tank. Said a bit of a filler NXT, I'll say. Just under opening match. Alex, your thoughts on that match and on the rating?
I'm trying to see if is this going to lead to something with Wesley and the other two guys. I'm thinking like they had a little backstage segment last week, so I'm thinking like give Wesley a little fashion, see what he can do with it, you know. And then, you know, I started liking Hank and Tank, so I like they work, what they've been doing. And them teaming with Andre Chase, I see like how Andre Chase was like he ain't got his squad no more, so he ain't feeling it. He just ain't in his zone no more. So that right there gave me. Y'all remember when Baron Corbin had his little phase where he got bombed out.
Yeah.
That kind of reminded me of that situation. I'm like, okay, we
Bum-ass Corbin, great gimmick.
That would kind of will chase you. That would Andre Chase like doing. That would kind of remind me of that. But I'm gonna give NXT a mid card this episode. It was decent. It was pretty decent.
And what's happened with the rest of Chase Hughes, what I fear would happen is where's Duke Hudson? Where's Thea Hale? Where's what are the other guys called? Well, Riley Osborne. Where's Riley Osborne?
Backstage.
Probably, yes, probably. Marcus, your thoughts on the 6-man main event and what rating do you give NXT?
The main event was lit. It was pretty fire, but like I said, my man in his sad boy phase, he like, oh, and just walked out. He just walked out. It was like, damn, Andre, and they took the L. But I do like the work that they're doing. I like the fact that Wesley is bringing up a new tag team, like helping that new tag team. I've never heard of them boys before, but I'm glad that he's alongside them to really help them. You know, I feel like right now NXT is trying to help all the other tag teams that didn't really have a big name last year. They're trying to help them a lot more this year because eventually what's going to end up happening, and this is something that WWE is kind of good at, creating your own stars and helping them out. I mean, we've seen what NXT has done with the women's division. I mean, God, they've done great work with them. We've seen what NXT has done with Trick, right? Trick used to be a sidekick. Used to be Carmelo Hayes' sidekick. Now look at him. He's his own man. Look at what they did with Obafemi.
Darula.
Look at what they've done with the Don, right? Look at the work that they've done with all these guys. They can do the same work with these tag guys that have personalities and stuff. You just got to put them around the right influences. So I'm going to give NXT mid-card. You know, it had some good moments, but it also had some, you could have left this out moment.
So the first WB show of 2025, Speed, very quickly, Natalia went over Meechin and she's now advanced to the finals to go after Candice LeRae's Speed Championship. Can't see her winning it. Candice is getting a push now. Opening match. So the first ever 3-hour SmackDown. And I said this last week, and I said this when it got announced SmackDown was going to be 3 hours. I would make every show 3 hours. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. They've got to be good. They can't just appeal to the audience they already have, because now going forward for the countries that aren't the US, it's on Netflix, so it's a much smaller audience, and no one asked for 3 hours, so that even dwindles the audience even more. So SmackDown been going for 25 years, and not one person has said in those 25 years, I know what it's missing. An extra hour. No, in fact, the complete opposite. People have said SmackDown's easier to watch. It's an hour less. But we now also have a blue mat for SmackDown. I presume that's kind of the going forward. I don't know. It's very shocked, like no Prime logo. I don't know why that is, but okay. Your current reigning, defending WWE champion Cody Rhodes came out. Drew McIntyre did. Owens attacked Cody. Basically, hypes up their match for the Rumble. And your first match of the evening, also, it was a championship match for the US Championship. Andrade putting in a good performance, but coming up short against Nakamura. No shocker there. You had LA Knight, yeah, come on out, and you're getting a match next week, basically. Marcus, your thoughts on SmackDown going 3 hours, the blue mat, if you want to comment on that. Cody, Drew, and Owens, and Nakamura retaining.
Now, you know this is my show, so you can't speak ill will about the show. So, number one, no one asked for SmackDown to be 3 fucking hours, yo. No one. like if you when you watch SmackDown, you're like, you know what? This is like a cool sandwich, right? I can eat this. I won't get too full. I'm fine. Why are we making this into a steak dinner? What are we doing? Like, I don't need this going. I don't need this to go from 8 o'clock to 11. What? Come on, guys. The blue mat, I'm not distracted by. It's just a blue mat, man. Like, I'm not even looking at the mat that much. If you're looking at the mat that much, you might have to focus on what's happening in the ring and not on the ring.
Just pause that bit. Just stare at the blue mat.
Like, that's weird. Like, I'm not distracted by no blue mat. I've seen red mats. Listen, if you didn't watch WCW back in the day, and you ain't see that gigantic Halloween Havoc logo with the Slim Jim logos and in the different turnbuckles, and your attention span got distracted by blue mats, you probably should reevaluate your life, because those were distracting. Or even the ECW mats that were like teal blue. If you weren't distracted by those things, and you're distracted now by this blue mat that SmackDown's having, you should probably look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what's wrong?
I think it's just because he's different and, like, again, came out of nowhere and, like, where's the Prime logo? And just...
Once again, if you're used to seeing mats that have logos and stuff and you're only distracted by a color of a mat, go get some help. It's okay.
Okay, I will. After this, I will go and book some help.
You should. Go book some help, please. Drew showed up SmackDown. Good sign, really good sign. I'm just liking the overall, like, title picture and how it's gonna shape out with this whole little shake up thing and whatever. So I'm excited.
And Andrade retaining.
Who did Nakamura even face?
Andrade.
Oh, right. I ain't watched SmackDown. I went outside to go enjoy life. I mean, I think it's good that Shinsuke retained his title. I ain't mean to bring Alice to tears when I said that, but I think that's good that he that he retained his title.
Okay, so same question for you, Alex. All of that. So SmackDown going 3 hours. If you want to comment on the blue mat, feel free. Cody, Drew, Cody getting attacked, and Nakamura retaining against Andrade.
Okay, like my boy just said, if you get distracted by blue mat, you got some real deep problems with you. So like we came back in the days when you got WCW in the mat, but you watching in-ring action, man. You get distracted by just a mat with no letters at all. Just a blue mat. You got distracted. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. But
But you thought SmackDown going 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm used to it being 2 hours, so like if I be up for that, if I make it to the third hour, I get knocked out before then, like I did. But hey, if I catch the whole 3 hours, I do, I don't. Hey, it happens, it happens. Sometimes I might be busy Friday night, probably might catch 1 hour and had to catch the rest on YouTube. But if they do business, they want to try something different, I'm with it.
They
But yeah,
want more
man,
money. That's what they want. But
that's all.
they're just looking. They're just looking at that third hour as, ooh, more money.
I mean, USA did lose Raw. Like
But USA
USA,
gets
like,
more
oh, we
money.
lost Raw, so we can get SmackDown and go 3 hours.
USA gets more money, and
So
so does WWE. The Cody Drew segment and Owens attacking him. What? Anything to add there?
Oh, that was fire, man. Like Drew, I mean Cody, and I don't know what's going on with Drew and KO possibly. I've been hearing rumors of an alliance somewhere, but yeah, man, that match, the Cody and Kevin Owens. Well, they got a lot of build up, man. They got 4 weeks to the Rumble, so we're gonna see a lot more.
And Nakamura return against Andrade for the US Championship.
Oh, actually, I missed that match. I ain't gonna lie to you. I missed that match. I ain't know he was on the card.
Andrade looked good in defeat, but it wasn't anything must see. It wasn't, SmackDown's now 3 hours, I must watch this. Just there was only one thing that happened that was noteworthy, and they did it for that reason. Otherwise, this would have been sure. Meechin over Piper Niven. I'm going to give my thoughts last on the rest. And then we had Paul Heyman coming out. Solo Sikoa did. Okay, so Alex, your thoughts on Meechin winning against Piper and then Heyman, Solo Sikoa back and forth?
Okay. I like Mitch. So, I mean, I thought she was going to win the U.S. title, but, Chelsea Green was the odds-on favorite. So, I think a rematch coming down the line with Mitch versus Chelsea Green for the title. So, we're going to see what's popping off with that one. But I do see Papa Niven turning her back on Chelsea Green somewhat down the line. So, got to keep your eyes on that, too. And that promo between Paul Heyman and Solo, just letting Solo know your time's about to be over, brother. But hey, Roman versus Solo for the Ula Fala. There's gonna be something serious, man. Something gonna happen in that match, man. We
And
already know
Heyman
that.
did the 1, 2, 3. Someone on Facebook has done that and above The Rock, a Bad Blood doing the 1, 2, 3 and that. So they're saying, oh, look, The Rock's coming back, which he probably is on Raw. He's probably going to get involved in that match. So Rock Reigns at Mania then. So, okay, then. So it is. I think he's rumored Reigns Punk, but I'll have to wait and see if The Rock turns up tomorrow. Anyway, Marcus, did you catch Piper Niven and Piper Niven and Meechin and the Heyman Solo thing?
I was outside living life.
Okay, then.
Well, but I can still give an opinion. Damn
Yes.
it. I like who doesn't like themselves some Meechin? You know what I mean? She got eat the feet. I don't know if she used that as her finisher still, but that'd be cool if she does.
Yes, she does eat the feet. Yes.
Yeah, one of the best name finishers ever. Eat the feet. But like Alex said, I do see Piper turning her back on Chelsea Green winning. Damn. You want to just cut me off?
The wheel of death. I didn't cut you off. StreamYard cut you off, or the internet, the interworld internet cut you off. Meechin, yes, had a decent 2024. She obviously kicked off 2025 with a win. The Heyman Solo stuff was just to heighten the match. That was it. And Solo basically said everything he said before. You'll acknowledge me. Roman will acknowledge me. But I'm going to have you hold the Ula Fowler, and if I win, I own you. Yes, we've heard it all before. DIY motor to machine guns for the titles, and then in no contest, you had Los Garzas, Humberto and Angel, and pretty good, quite an interesting ending. So Pretty Deadly and Los Garzas brawling outside the ring, and they basically just fell onto Rose City Machine Guns, and there we go, the match got thrown out. So they're putting Pretty Deadly and Los Garzas in the title picture. I'm not opposed to that. So yes. I'm going to go over the match, but obviously not what happened after the match. I'll go over that in a second. But Nia Jax, Naomi for the title. Naomi put up a good performance. I thought at times she was going to win. Had me convinced she was going to win, but lost, and it looks good in defeat. Marcus, over to you. Your thoughts on both of those?
So I like the fact that Pretty Deadly and the Lost Garzas are getting involved in the tag title picture. I mean, they don't be having nothing to do other than, being backstage doing this. So, it is what it is. I didn't know. Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't know that Naomi and Nia Jax had a match. Obviously Nia had won that match, right? So, good stuff.
Now you won for then, but we'll get to what happened afterwards. Alex, your thoughts on both of those? So, tag team match, DIY and the Machine Guns, and then Nia and Naomi.
Well, first of all, I was shocked that DIY changed their theme song. That kind of hit me out the blue too. So I'm gonna acknowledge that one real quick. But yeah, man, I like Motor City Machine Guns. I like DIY. So it could have went either way for me, So glad to see them get a victory. Well, they didn't get an official victory, but they did retain the titles. But as far as Pretty Deadly, not a fan, never been a fan. But I'm good to see them try to get them involved in the tag team title, like Pretty Deadly, Legatos of Del Phasma, and we need to crank the tag division back up, man, on the Raw side and the SmackDown side. So good to see more teams get involved. And yeah, Nia retained, which I knew she would, but yeah.
Of course, then it happened rushed, because I think this should have happened at Mania. It would be a much, much bigger moment for Miss Tiffany Stratton. She cashes in and wins. Cool that it came out of nowhere, but they rushed it, so then people had something to talk about. Big moment for Tiffany, but like I said, I was really just hype all the way till Mania. Okay. My thoughts on DIY. Yeah, I like the Los Garzas and Pretty Deadly in the title picture, and like I said, Naomi was good in defeat, and then your main event, the Bloodline, defeated Sami Zayn and the Usos. So their issue didn't end at War Games; it just continued. Okay, Solo got the pin, which just builds momentum for him heading into Raw, and I understand that, but here the cash-in saved it. Take out the cash-in; it's a just below opening match. I'll say a mid-card for the cash-in. Alex, your thoughts on the cash-in and the Bloodline winning and the rating?
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of shocked because I left the room for a minute, came back. Tiffany Stratton had the title like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I'm saying? That threw me off guard. I didn't know they were gonna push it then and there. So that was a shocker. So I guess they wanted a big moment for their first 3-hour SmackDown. So I'm with it. I mean, let's see what she can go with it. See what she can do with it. You know what I'm saying? And the 6-man tag was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. I love me some Jacob Fire 2 because I know you Solo. But yeah, man, it was a good matchup. But I would give SmackDown a mid card. Yeah.
Like I said, I think. Would you agree with me? The cash-in saved it, or no?
Yeah, the cash in pretty much said because it was out the blue. Nobody expected it. So yeah.
Triple H was like, oh, SmackDown's going 3 hours. Nobody wants this. It means more money for us. Great, yay. But the fans don't really want this, so we need something. Tiffany, you're cashing in tonight. Marcus, your thoughts on the cash-in, Bloodline over the Sami Zayn and the Usos, and the rating?
So I'm confused. Y'all can help me clear this up. So Bianca did the KOD to Nia, right? So was this after the match with Naomi? All right, so this happened after the match with Naomi.
Naomi won. Nia on the top rope. Tiffany hits her with a briefcase, and like, there we go. That's the turn. KOD, British Moonsault over 1, 2, 3, new champion.
So hold up. All right, hold up.
KOD, Moonsault.
No. Stop. Before that. So Nia had her match with Naomi, right? So was Nia trying to attack Naomi after the match was over?
No. It just happened so fast. Bianca, I think Nia went after Bianca during the match, and that's why she did the KOD.
So wait, hold up, because now this is making zero sense. So was Bianca out there during Naomi in Nia's match? All right.
Yeah.
So Nia attacked Bianca during the match.
Yes. But she did the KOD to hit the moonsault for the cash-in.
No. What was Nia's point of going on to climbing the ropes?
See, like I said, I left out and I came back. Tiffany had already cashed in, so I didn't catch all that.
She had the title in hand, so she was showing off.
Oh, okay. That makes
it with a briefcase into the KOD.
Okay. All right, I've seen that part. I've seen the part with the KOD and the moonsault. I just didn't know why we got to where we had got to. Okay, all right. I'm cool now. All right, cool. The 6-person tag, I really don't care about because that's not the part that I cared about. Tiffany cashing. So I don't think the way you described it, Ricky, is how that went down. I don't think that conversation went like that. I feel like USA wanted a wrestling show. Like USA is contracted to have a wrestling show for 3 hours. It doesn't matter if it's SmackDown or if it's Raw. And they was just like, well, Raw isn't on TV no more, so SmackDown's now 3 hours. That's what we're contracted to have. And so Triple H is like, cool. So, you're still going to get the same ad revenue. You're still going to get all the other revenue that Raw is missing from being on USA Network. Since I didn't watch it, I'm not going to give it a grade because if I was able to watch it, I would have given it a grade. I do for popping reasons, social media reasons. The cash-in did save the show.
Well, of course, the conversation didn't go the way I said it. Death Morse 1 billion% definitely not. Triple H definitely didn't say to Tiffany, the fans don't want this. We need something for them to talk about. But that's why they did it. So the fans had something to talk about. Otherwise, it was, I'm going to play another ad. So another new change coming, another brand new look to an ad. And then we'll get into some news and headlines. And then we are done for tonight. So let me just play this one. So that's right, people. Like, subscribe, smash the bell, share this, tell all your wrestling friends. If you didn't get any of your wrestling friends a Christmas present, I know Christmas is over, but this can be a late present for them. Send it to them. So yes, one final segment, and that is, of course, this right here. That is right. Let me just do that. Oof. News and headlines. And I believe that, Marcus, you have a news story to break, to announce, and give your thoughts on.
It's terrible news, you guys. It's so shitty news, you guys. It's so bad. So, the people of WWE have decided that in 2026, they're going to do one of everybody's favorite pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble from, drumroll please, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Alex, I feel the same way you feel. Smack face. Why? No one cares. But whatever the Saudi prince says he wants, he shall get.
He's like, oh, these shows really haven't been that good lately. They're just shows. I want something big. I want the Rumble.
Well, he remember
Okay,
how
Prince, you can have it.
he remember how okay the greatest Royal Rumble was.
Tiles will slide.
And he decided, you know what? I don't want that. I want the actual Royal Rumble. And Triple H was like, you sure you want that? And he was like, yeah, I want that. And he was like, you know what? You can have it. We don't have no. Yep, 2026. You got it. You got it, pal.
Is that the first Rumble outside of the US? They've never done in Canada before, have they? Or have they?
No, I think there was one Rumble in Canada somewhere. Probably either Montreal or Toronto, or maybe Vancouver. I mean, those are the three biggest places in Canada that I could think of. But
I can't think of one in recent memory, but
it's never been outside of North America before. Let's just say that.
It makes it easier for people of the UK to watch because it will be on at about 5 p.m. rather than me personally don't mind staying up till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, but not everybody does. Not everybody's me. Most UK fans most UK fans don't like that it's on at 4 till 4 a.m. So they can now watch it at a more sensible time. So that's cool. But also, people look at the Saudi shows as just what they are, and that's blood money or the glorified house shows. So, yeah, okay. But Alex, your thoughts on the Rumble going to Saudi in 2026?
I'm trying to see, is we gonna have to wake up in the morning and watch the Rumble or what? That's what I'm trying to see, because man, come on.
Probably 2:00 in the afternoon.
What time is the Saudi shows on for you over there?
For me, it usually be like 11 o'clock, 11 or 12 at the latest.
And it'd be different time in Philly, won't
it? Alex, where are you from?
Alabama.
So he's an hour behind my time. So if he's saying 11, it's 12 for me.
Do you prefer them on at that time, or do you not mind what the time the pay-per-views are on?
I like my pay-per-views at 6 o'clock or 7. You know what I'm saying?
Prime time TV. I can eat dinner, drink a beer. I know after the pay-per-view goes off, I'm going to sleep.
Right.
Okay? I get to go sleep on a high note. Versus now I'm just up all day.
Wasn't the Australia show the Elimination Chamber on it? Was it on at 10 a.m. over there or something? It was like a ridiculous time. Like, who's watching wrestling at that? Well, unless you're me, who's watching wrestling at 10 a.m. in the morning? So I think because it was on early.
If your name ain't Ricky Goldman, then yeah,
it was on early here, and we went to a watch party. It wasn't packed because people are in bed at that time, but. Yes, it was on early. Alex, you've also got something to break and announce, and that is...
Yes, sir. Like a few more weeks, we're going to get, we don't have Level Up anymore. Level Up is done. So we're going from Level Up to Evolve. NXT Evolve. That's right.
And your thoughts on it?
I'm intrigued because we get to see, like, new talents, like, see who's coming soon in NXT before they like make an official debut in NXT. So we're gonna see what's going on in Evolve and see them do their thing and see the future of NXT and WWE.
It will certainly be interesting. So, are they going to have, I presume, Evolve guys, but they're going to be on WWE TV, so you're getting to know the future. I remember they did a random Evolve show a number of years ago, and they've done nothing since, really, I don't think. I think Drew Gulak was on it, if I can remember. I think that's where Theory came from.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
quote
Derek.
me, but he might
Derek
have
came
come
from
from
there.
there. So yeah, that was quite a good show. I think Johnny Gargano did a match. I'm not going to go through the entire card. I'm just going through a few, but that is his second rebrand. It was 205 Live,
Oh yeah.
then Level Up, and now it's NXT Evolve. Okay, if you have to constantly rebrand it, then that idea just isn't really working. But okay, your thoughts on that, Marcus? NXT Evolve.
I mean, who was watching Level Up?
I wasn't watching Level Up, but I was checking the results. So probably not that many actually watching it live. Well, it wasn't live; it was on the network.
So we're just gonna rebrand a show that no one really watched. I'm just asking the obvious question: why? Like remember when they said they was getting rid of it? They could have just done that and just had the other NXT people do dark matches. They don't need to be on TV yet. They're not TV ready. Like, I get it. It's like also like there's main event, right? Like, oh, there's main event. Who the fuck is watching main event?
Not many people.
My point exactly. But once again, when you have a niche thing like wrestling is, because wrestling's very niche centric, like, it's not a billion people in this world who love wrestling. There's people out here that hate wrestling. There's people that absolutely adore wrestling. There's people that like wrestling, right? I would say this: if you're watching main event, I hope that you have other things going on in your life other than watching main event in wrestling. I hope if you're watching Evolve, same thing. I hope you got other things happening in your life other than this. Because I don't want you just being like, oh man, I can't wait till the next episode of Evolve comes on. It's like, bro,
Also,
watch NXT and keep it chill.
if it's replacing Level Up, so my guess would be it's going to be on after SmackDown. So now it's a 3-hour SmackDown and an hour Evolve. So that's 4 hours now.
That means whoever's watching it is sick. They need help. That's sickening. That's literally what. That's literally like that's so bad. Like, god dang, you ain't want no breaks.
9 hours. Let's just count. I know it's only 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. Okay, I'll count it as 5 minutes. So 9 hours and 5 minutes of wrestling a week.
That's only WWE. Mind you, you're always talking about WWE. Like, if
and then add on a pay-per-view, you play something 14 hours. So 14 hours. And then add on Stand and Deliver. Then add on the Hall of Fame.
Listen, I understand WWE is trying to take over our TVs and all that. This is why I need a break from Raw. At least give me a break from Raw. That's why I'm protesting Raw on Netflix. I'm cool with that. Take me back to the days when all I could afford to watch was SmackDown. I'm cool with that. Listen,
and then you got people that watch both. Yeah, Dynamite, 2 hours, Collision, an hour.
That would be me. I'll be watching Dynamite and SmackDown and NXT. I'm not watching no Collision. I'm protesting Raw. I'm not watching Evolve. I'm not watching Main Event. I'm not watching Speed. Like, yo, you gotta come on, give it a rest. You need something else to do. Go color or something.
And the final story, maybe it is big news. The final boss, The Rock, and there was more shares in TKO. That means more money. He's worth 800 million. He doesn't need more money, but whatever. More money for The Rock. Yeah, cool. Your quick thoughts on that, Marcus?
Good for him. I mean, he has more shares. That don't mean nothing. Him having more shares means more money in his pocket for when he sells the shares. Right now, his shares
Right.
don't mean nothing because he's still with the company. When he sells his shares, that's when he gets money from the company. So him having more shares, okay. What you want, a cookie rock? Yeah, you can have it. Yeah, you can have it.
A rock cookie. And Alex, your thoughts on The Rock having more shares?
I'm like this, man. Like, round of applause. Okay, yeah. More money for The Rock. Like, he ain't already got enough as it is. You a movie star. You do this, you do that, and now you got more shares. Like you said, you may settle one day. So this just, hey, I
He's
got some
a
shares. I got some shares.
so a very part-time wrestler, movie star, business after business after business, TKO board member, just had the biggest Disney movie ever, biggest opening, 5-day opening ever.
Don't
But
forget, you
that
got his
isn't
own
enough.
alcohol.
That's
You got his
not
own
enough for
tequila.
him. Not a tequila, energy drink brand, skincare brand, his own Voss, I think he's going to get his own water brand. But not all that's not enough. He wants more shares. Okay. Okay, Rock.
Not to mention, let's not forget the UFL. He also owns that.
XFL. Well, owns that. No, I
No,
don't think that
UFL.
makes.
It's not the UFL.
Does that make any money for him? It must make some, but
I don't know. I don't
Andy,
follow. I don't follow Dwayne that hard to be like, hey, let me look at your UFL numbers and let's see how much
and
profit you made off
his
of that.
own movie company, and I want just half of what he gets for one Instagram post. He gets just over 1 million. I would like half of that, please. Rock, you don't need that money. I need it. But yes, we're finished up here. So, Alex, it's your birthday. Let's start the script again. Your son's birthday next
Next
Sunday,
Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday.
next
I got
Sunday,
the
yeah.
day wrong. So on the 11th, where I'm going to a wrestling show, and you'll find out about that next week. But yeah, big thank you to you, Alex, for joining me.
Yes, sir, as always.
Marcus, it's over to you.
Always remember, y'all, to like, share, subscribe. Ching, ching, bling, bling. It's always money over here.
That is right. And you'll see my brand new outro in a second. But yes, like, share, subscribe, smash that bell, tell all your friends, tell everyone. Share this on every single group you can. I will see you guys next week for another edition of this. But always remember, if wrestling is a game, excellence is a name, and excellence is Ricky Ricky Goldman.